need to do now is get the windows into a reasonable configuration. Okay, I can just about see everything now. Great. Hello, welcome. I hope everything... Yeah, okay, everything looks legible. Okay, so... it's been a couple weeks. I'm on a different computer. Let me know if the sound balance is bad, like if my voice is too quiet or the game is too loud, because I have no idea how well the balance is set right now. Anyway. Make sure I have the right location picked, and I don't. That's a good thing I checked. Okay, hopefully the crash that happened last time won't happen. So as I recall, we were in the middle of Endless Corridor. I think I had concluded that there's no way to solve this room from the central passageway, and so I need to go to the west side or something. So I thought, okay, I'll go around, see what happens if I go south here. So that's clearly a room I need to solve from the central center. Okay, if I keep going south, we reach the loop. Alright, exciting. And here is a room I might be able to try to solve. Well, actually, going by this screen door, I would guess that I actually need to solve the middle part. Let me see, how can this possibly work? I definitely need to start this from the center then. Looks to me like that is the case. And this is a dead end. Alright, I guess I can't actually go this way. Oh. Or that guy can just open the way for me. That's another option. Am I going to need his help? I'm going to just assume that I'm going to need this guy's help for now and just go get the option. That should make dealing with him a little more manageable anyway. One down. Now stay there. Well, I'm going to do a trapdoor puzzle. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, okay, right. That's a toggle, so I can change the state, or I could, but that's not really... So, there is no way for him to hit that orb after I've already... Like, this is the only opportunity there is to make him hit that orb. There's no way you can make him hit the orb again, because if I'm invisible, then he isn't going to be able to see me from the other side of the wall. But if I am visible, then he's going to never actually go, like, to the right position to ever hit the orb again. So, how is this supposed to work? Sorry for the interruption. I managed to drop my headphones. I don't know how I did that. Anyway, so the orb has to be in this state for it to be in this part of the room. And there is nothing else in this room that can let me change the orb state. So how am I supposed to be able to get the last two trapdoors? If I start from the eastern part of the room, then I can get him to hit the orb exactly once. If I start from the central part of the room, then I guess he can hit the orb, or I can hit the orb, it doesn't matter. west side won't work because there's no way to kill this guy in that case. Like, if I'm over here trying to drop the trapdoors, there is no way. There's no way to make this guard do anything useful. Like, either I'm visible and he's just going to chase me to that side of the room, which is great, okay, or I'm invisible and there is absolutely no way I can be seen by him so that he'll toggle the orb. Yeah, there's no way that he can hit the orb. So, neither of the possibilities works here. Maybe, I don't know. This room is missing a mimic token or something. Because there is absolutely no way to toggle the doors that need to be toggled in this room. There just doesn't exist a way to do it. I guess I'll leave this for later. Now that I have access to the central column, I'm going to try going back through it and see what happens. For one thing, I can at least attempt to solve this room. What is the deal with these? Okay, why is there an extra plate here? Okay, well, I guess the idea here is to blow up all of the water skippers at once. Sure, I can try to do that. Try not to blow myself up. I don't know whether that trying will be successful, but I can try. So the ones that are on the eastmost column here are kind of useless. As in, there doesn't exist a way to use them. Because they're going to be stuck on the column no matter what. And I guess you can sort of use some of them if you push them all the way up here. I have one more keg I can use. I can push it there. And I'm one keg shy of what I need. Well, I could get access to these eastern kegs if I do something else. All I need to do is blow this one up. Let's see. I'd like to blow that one up without messing up as few of the others as possible. I bet this is a case of spending 2 to get 3. I think that's how this is going to work. Alright, let's start over. There's the configuration we start with. Okay. Let's see. That is not the right thing. Okay, I've tried turning my microphone up in a setting in Windows. Is that a little bit better? I have the microphone set as loud as it will go in OBS, but I can also try turning down the game audio, if that will help. To face that way. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm on a different computer using a microphone that I've only used to record voice lines directly for things before, so... Okay, what I need to do let's just shove these away where they're not a problem. Push these down a little bit. Somehow I need to get access to this general area a little bit better. And not blow anything up in the process. Okay, I think this will almost work. Yeah, I want to gain these 3 by blowing up that one, which I think will require me to use up 2 of them. But I don't want to use up 3 of them in the process. Maybe... I don't have a way to take that one back. When did I mess that one up? Oh, that one was already stuck there from the beginning, wasn't it? Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay. Can I get something... There we go, just there. I'd like to hang on to this one in a different way. Let's see. Pushing that one north seems to be no good. Maybe this can work? I can hang on to this one. Oh, yeah, that's a hot tile. Can't do that. The game lagged really hard when I tried to stab that water skipper the first time. That was probably my computer doing something weird, though. That's no good. Okay, what I need to do... I need to somehow get... I need to arrange a position where, this is attached to precisely 2 powder kegs, one of which is on a hot tile and the other of which is just near. Like, I only really need it to be attached to a hot tile, but all the hot tiles are 2 tiles away. So the main obstruction is doing something useful with these 3 in a way that makes that possible. The best candidate for what hot tile to use is this one. To use this one, though, I would need to push things either away from it in the north or in the south to not have 3 powder kegs up against it. So push that to north, push that north. Okay, I guess I can't push them any farther north. So this placement of this keg is no good. I can do this. I just have the wrong idea of how to solve this room. The fundamental thing that needs to happen is just that all of the water skippers have to die at the same time. If, hypothetically, I did something like this, but in a way that didn't blow me up, then I could stab one of them and then at the same time have the rest of them get blown up. That might be able to save a powder keg, so that I don't need to worry about getting them off the east side. Let's try to poke around and not die in the process. Got a spare one up here, which I need to not stab a thing in the process of moving. Actually, this should work. Just need you out of the way. Doesn't this work? Okay, that very nearly works, except it gets me killed. Great. Alright, so if I could spend 2 of the eastern kegs in such a way that it destroyed that one, then I could use that location as a place to escape. But I'm not really sure how I can do that either. That works, but leaves me with too few kegs to actually achieve anything. Pretty sure. Besides which, now some of them are... Well, I guess with this open, they're not completely unreachable or unusable. Yeah, if I could manage to stab the northmost water skipper while this blew up, then this would work. I don't think that's possible, though. As far as this, the set of moves I made feel pretty much forced. There's not really any other thing that I can do with those two there. And this one feels just as forced as those two do. I could use up 4 kegs, which is one too many, accidentally blow up that one, so that's no good. If I'm gonna use up 4 kegs, I have to do it this way. Well, it's no good either way, because I need to only use 3. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. So you can't just blow it up from over a door or something like that. There has to be some way to get around this. There has to be some way to not get in that position, where the only way to get rid of this keg is to blow up too many. Like, this room can only be solvable if there's some way to get rid of this keg that does not blow up more than 2 of the others. I never pushed an egg into that... egg? I never pushed a keg into this alcove, it just starts there. That's the problem. I need a way to get that not there that spins only 2 of the other kegs at most. Otherwise, there's nothing else that's going to work. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could just not put it in there in the first place. That would be really convenient. That's it. That's what I needed. Because I was using 2 kegs to do the job of that one. If I can push something diagonally into the right place here, then I shouldn't need all 4, you know, I should be able to get away with just destroying all 4 of those. I think that's it. I guess I need to still do something to actually blow them all up. I think I need to do that same trick in more than one place, probably. Maybe this? I'm not as sure that's helpful, but... yeah, no, this should work. If I can do it exactly the right way, at least, it should. That's it. That should be perfect. I can actually escape that way. Oh, first room solved of the day, once I unlock the door, anyway. So... look at the map again. I still don't understand this room. I thought for sure I needed to approach it from this side, but I can't. Cool. I still don't understand how this room is meant to be possible. I haven't really investigated south of here. Looks like I need to enter that from the west side. Fine. Here's a room with some mud, I guess. Oh, hang on a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so this room is relatively straightforward looking. I need to blow some things up. I have the help of a decoy, and I have the help of exactly four powder kegs. And I have the help of a stick. So... it's really irritating to use up 2 entire powder kegs just at the entrance. I'd rather not do that. I feel sure that I'll need at least one of them in the far south. I don't know, let's just see what happens. Perhaps now is the time to use the decoy? Come to think of it... No, I can use the decoy with one of the powder kegs. That can work. uses up the decoy, but that's not a problem. Yeah, unless I'm missing something, this room is relatively straightforward. Compared to some of these other rooms, at least. Just, hey, look at all the ways that you can blow up powder kegs, I guess, and use them to destroy mud. I guess we haven't covered until now the way that explosives interact with tar stuff. So maybe that's the purpose of the room. Anyway, that one's not too bad. Okay. There is something going on the east side of this room. Not entirely sure what to make of it. And not sure what this is about either. Am I supposed to clear this room from this side? I don't know. We're supposed to hit this somehow. That closes that. That closes that. I'm not convinced I can solve this room from this side. I think I need to come from the center column from the south to solve this. I think. I mean, I can't open the way to the thing that I'm supposed to destroy, to kill. Why is there... What are the trapdoors for? I don't understand the existence of these trapdoors. What are they here for? There's no red door in this room. There just awkwardly exist some trapdoors. Sure, I guess. I can almost maybe get Bithro onto that raft, but the positioning required doesn't really seem feasible. I'd have to be standing exactly here and moving... No, I'd have to be standing here after moving east, which isn't actually possible. So I must need to come here from another angle. Fine. I guess that means I'm done on this side, because I can't solve this from this end. I cannot figure out any way to solve this room whatsoever, because it's not possible to hit this orb while I'm in the east side of the room. This leads to the water skipper explosive room I already solved. South leads nowhere here. Okay. I guess that the only thing left is to try to figure out what in the world I'm supposed to be able to do in this room. Clearing this room and returning to the main part of the level counts as 2 puzzles. Returning to the main part of the level? What? So my general conclusion was that there's no way through this room. Because... like... So first of all, I don't think I can clear this room without going to the west side, which I guess I have to go through here to get. Yeah, I didn't have this this room in view when I was first trying to figure out this part, so It looks as if there's no way to solve this room. Bye. Yeah, I cannot enter this without the dagger, but having the dagger makes this completely impossible. Or was it? No, I remember what the issue is. The problem is that merely attempting to go south past where the wubba is will instantly blow everything up. And there is absolutely nothing that I can put where the wubba is to be able to survive everything blowing up. If I could bring a sword here, I could easily just push a powder keg onto the button and not worry about it. But there isn't anything else I can use to prevent the wubba from just blowing the world up. Okay, I guess that's what I'm meant to do. Okay. Yeah, that's me missing the obvious again, I guess. Alright, since I need, presumably, to open that black door at the end of the room, I want to be sure to cut all of the mud as I go. And this is largely about... yeah. Okay, I don't need to be going that far north. There we go. I have access to the black door, so I can leave. I don't think I want to wait out that fuse. It would just blow me up. Yeah. So instead I should just leave. Okay, now I can try to solve this room. I get an invisibility token. Potion? Potion, not token. Okay. So this rattlesnake, if it comes off of that button, then this entire door gets closed. I need to somehow get rid of this skipper nest, which is going to require using this token. There's nothing to kill in the center part of the room. Good. Should I be trying to clear this room from the north side instead? I guess it's too soon to say about that. I've got this powder keg, which I don't know anything what to do with. Just trying to walk across this room is going to get me stuck, though. And there's not actually anything I can do to prevent it. Huh. So I don't see any way to get to the north side of this room at all in the first place, let alone to activate the rotator token and go south and go north again. That doesn't seem possible. This rattlesnake is going to come off like within 2 turns of me being in the central area at all. There's nothing that I can block it with. Like, I have access to a single solitary powder keg, which is not enough to prevent a snake from moving, especially from this far away. There just physically is not enough room to do anything in this. At all? There is no way to proceed north without instantly closing the door. As far as I can tell, this is objectively impossible. The snake is going to close the door no matter what I do. There's no way to block the snake. And as nice as it would be, there is also most definitely nothing that I could do to hold the button down right behind the snake. Like, if that was a toggle button, then I'd know exactly what to do, because I could just put this on it right after the snake comes off. But there is absolutely nothing in this room that I can do that kind of thing with. I guess if I had a speed potion, then I could do something about it. Of course, the guard being a guard moves before the snake, so the snake would move off and the guard would still not touch the button, even if I could somehow magically arrange them into the right positions. There's a bomb here, which is just in the way. If I had a caber, I could blow this up easily enough, but... Are you sure? I thought we had speed potion room. Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, none of the resources in this room are useful for the main problem that I'm supposed to be solving. There is absolutely nothing here that can solve this problem. The snake is too short. There is not enough room for me to go by without it noticing me because the invisibility radius is too large. The hallway is too narrow. I can't even arrange things in a way that makes the guard come to my side of the room before the door closes. Not even that is possible because the snake moves off the button before I can even be noticed by the guard at all. If I try to do it by just not being invisible at first, that also can't work. For multiple reasons. Not the least of which is that I can't even go into the area before it closes off. So, I am 100% absolutely objectively certain that the guard cannot be pulled into this side of the room in time. Just look at it. There's no way to make that work. If I'm invisible, then I get to the snake before I get to the guard. If I'm visible, then the guard just does that and gets walled by the snake no matter what. So, definitely can't work. He can't even start moving until the snake is already off of the button. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. The reason that doesn't matter is because if I don't take the invisibility potion before the snake closes the door, then I can't even go in there in the first place. It literally does the exact same thing every single time. The snake blocks the guard and he can't be brought into anywhere remotely useful. Is this what I'm supposed to do? I'd go so far as to say this qualifies as a magic move sequence to me. Like, you basically just have to trial and error every single conceivable way of entering the room to find the single one that magically works. That's a bit much. Anyway, I'm not sure this is going to work, but I'm going to try. Okay, I guess that is enough distance. Okay, I have done, I guess, half of the room now, because I did passing south, passing north, and then I have to solve the room, and then I have to pass north again. That's my best understanding of the situation. So now what? Now I have to somehow, from this angle, I have to touch the rotator token, get to the south side of the room, kill the water skipper nest, kill the guard, kill the rattlesnake. Somehow I have to do all of those things. While again under exactly the same constraint as before, of you can't let the rattlesnake see you for 4 turns or else all of the doors close. I don't really know why I thought going to the north side of this room would help. Because there's really nothing here that could conceivably be useful to solving the room. Like, there's literally no additional resources compared to the south, just about. The only difference I see is that there is a single rattlesnake? A single water skipper nest that I didn't have access to before. So I'm going to try to use that to do something. Not really expecting it to work. Okay, never mind. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. Did we look at other rooms? I kind of wandered through other rooms, but I wouldn't say... Oh yeah, I glanced at this room and concluded that I have to come from the center to solve it. Pretty sure. Anyway, I guess this is what I was supposed to do. I just need my sword now, I think. Do I need this guard for anything else? I'm gonna hope I don't. Okay. Now how do I actually finish the room? What I have to do is kill this rattlesnake and kill this skipper nest in a way that lets me leave. Maybe killing this guy was a mistake. Well, it's more of a pain to try to take my sword than it is to just use him to kill this skipper nest, I think. I need him to face east first. Oh yeah, I can't push him that way. There we go. Thank you. Now, I really need you to be in a very specific position, doing something really specific, and I'm not sure... I mean, it's probably arrangeable. Oh, also, it won't hurt for me to be visible at this point. That's going to be necessary later, I think. Time to trial and error the guard dance maneuver. Is this supposed to be necessary, I'm wondering? There's probably something simpler I can do to make this work. Oh no, don't suddenly go the wrong way. Look, I'm directly north of you, and I forgot I actually have to kill him. Alright, I have an idea. This is really dumb. Oh, wait. There's no way I'm supposed to have to do this, but I think it will work, so that's good enough for me. Too early. Alright, you... Yeah, stand right there. I think this is far enough. Ta-da! I really doubt that was absolutely necessary, the last thing I did there. I mean, probably there's some way to take your sword while he's chasing toward you or something. Works a little bit easier. Whatever. Let's try to do the last thing, which is apparently getting back to... Oh, hi, Bomb. I don't want to be standing on you. guess I could see that. I don't know how this is supposed to work. So I can keep the lava from blowing the world up if I start here and move that way. Good. Now what? I guess that I have to take this fuse, and then it's a race to the other side before everything blows up. I can't see a way to not just blow all of that up, so... blow all of that up, stab all of that up, so... I guess I just have to kill all 4 of these mud babies. Is that necessary? I don't know, but it'd probably make things easier. That can't work. Which way could I be facing? I guess if I was facing full northeast, this could work. I don't think there's enough time. Well, okay then. Okay, I don't need to push a powder keg into position there, so that was wasting time. I have to face all the way northwest there. There's just no other option. So there isn't enough time. When did I waste time? I don't know. Seemed to me like every action I took was mandatory. I mean, this feels awfully slow the way that I did it, but look, I have to do it this way because if I just try to only stab the side that I need rid of, then I'm not able to back up. I guess that's faster if I'm going to have to stab all of them regardless. This feels wrong. Surely there's a way to turn without going 160, 80 degrees, whatever. I don't see it, though. I don't know. There's nowhere to turn my sword west in this entire area here. Like, there's no opportunity to do that. Does this help? I don't think it can. So. That feels really awkward, but maybe it's faster? I really don't know how to tell. this hot tile placement is awful. I have to get the entire way out of the whole room before the bomb explodes. That does not seem possible. I could maybe save a few turns and get as far as like here by the time that the bomb explodes, but there's no safety there. I'm saving every single turn that I possibly can, and apparently it isn't anywhere near enough. Like, there's no way to avoid that 360-degree almost turn just to be able to get through here. There's absolutely no way to avoid that. I thought the Wubba would be gone since the room was clear, but I completely forgot how Wubbas work with room clearing, I guess. That would be really convenient if it was not there. How am I actually supposed to exit? There is no way that I can turn my sword to proceed through this part of the passage whatsoever. I have suspicions of something. Let's see.
My name is Beethro.
Good for you. Okay, I just needed to push the things out of the way and stand here. Okay. I don't know what you mean. There's absolutely no way that this spot was ever safe. Like, that was up against a whole lot of powder kegs that are not possible to push away, so... But this area was nice and suspicious, so I guess that's it. Oh, what an entire, like, 6 rooms in one. 4 rooms in one. Something like that. I guess now I'm back to trying to discern what to do with the rest of these. Oh, I just plain haven't been through here. What is this about? Well, there's nothing in the west side of the room that would let me kill these 2 eyes. So I guess that this room is... that I'm supposed to somehow magically make this guard go all the way north to that eye, all the way south to the other eye, kill the rattlesnake, and then stand on the hot tile. I mean, the last part sounds plausible, but the rest of it doesn't. At all. I guess I have way enough invisibility token. Why do I keep saying the wrong word? I have more than enough invisibility potions to try to do this. There's no... I don't believe you. Like, I looked... They're not really in a position that's push-awayable. Like, they're like almost a 3x3, which would be completely impossible to do anything with. This is a nice checkerboard pattern that's really easy to push things out of. And also, there's bombs a lot closer to these than those. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's possible, but... So yeah, right off the bat, there's no way to keep this guy from going directly to the east and immediately going way past the eye. Not that I can tell. This rattlesnake moves last. I don't think that matters. Like, the way that it's placed, it would have to somehow go all the way around to be in front of the guard before the guard moves a single tile to the east. There's just no way for it to do that. That's way too far to ask it to go. Like... So no matter what, the guard's first move is to go instantly to the east. And then somehow he's supposed to never go east again. Way too far. Like, the nicest thing that he can do is not stab the rattlesnake the instant that he moves. But that still doesn't leave it possible to bring the rattlesnake all the way around in front of him. There's no way. He is always going to move east before the rattlesnake can get to the east of him. And there's no way to push him west again. What about this room? There's obviously something leading to a secret room or something over on the west side. If I could ever reach the west side of that part of the corridor, which is doubtful because of this room. There is a skipper nest too far north for me to do anything about. Okay. Sure. I guess the first thing I should do is try to get that platform over to me. Somehow. Wait, what does this do? Oh. Okay. I guess the first thing I should do is try to get that platform to me somehow. Oh yeah, I can just use the tunnel. Duh. So, opening this Force Arrows is very easy. That's all I have to do. I don't think I need the Mimic anymore. Because I just need to go stab this. Then I can go finish the room. Alright, this one's pretty easy. This one's not so bad. I should unlock the room. Okay, that's the pathway to the exit, but obviously I'm not done yet. One thing about a linear level design is it makes it a little bit long-winded to get back to a room that you abandoned earlier. Okay. So this room I still don't understand. The only way this room could conceivably be solvable is if while I'm in the east side of the room, the orb is struck at least twice. Because I have to go up here, then the orb has to be hit. Well, I guess I can go all the way up here, and then the orb has to be hit. And then I come all the way back down here, breaking all the trapdoors. But there is no way to hit the orb again. This guy hits the orb exactly one time and never again. There's nothing in this room that could make it possible for me to have him hit the orb. Like, the only thing I have access to is an invisibility potion, which is not good enough. Because if I'm on the east side of the room and I'm invisible, then this guy will not be able to see me to decide to hit the orb again. And if I'm on the east side of the room and visible, then he's going to just be on the east side of the center, at best. He's never going to be anywhere near the orb. I do not believe it's possible for the guard dance to be carried all the way to the east side of the room, to like all the way up here, and then to make him hit the orb, and then to make him hit the orb again. That's just no way. There is no way that could happen. There's a bunch of things here that I have no idea what they have to do with anything, but I can't interact with them without going through the trapdoor gate. So I have no idea. Like, there's an entire section of the room I can't even think about because this first part is just impossible. might have had an idea that could possibly work. Yeah, you see how he absolutely stands perfectly still when he doesn't know that there's anyone to target? If I could just make him do that when I walk away from him, then I can drop all the trapdoors I want. Okay. So that's the first part of the room. Now I can go try to figure out the other part. So what is the deal with any of this? We press this to open that, and then we need to push that to open that. Okay. So I'm required to be visible again for this part. Oh. Needed to lock the room. Well, this is kind of a pain. How is this supposed to be survivable? Let alone solvable. How am I supposed to survive this part of the room at all? I guess let's try putting him as physically far away as possible. I don't understand why this other completely different room is stitched to this one. It doesn't seem like it needed to be. I guess I can stick him there and make him stay there, but that wouldn't actually let me solve the room because I don't have access to any swords after this point. Is there a way to reopen this? There is. Oh. Okay, that explains my confusion then. I'm just supposed to... Wait, what? Really? Really? That's as far away as he can possibly be. And apparently that's not far away enough. Like, there is no more distance that I can get out of this. Don't think that's far enough either, but try it. Yeah, there is no way. That also is not far enough away. What magical thing am I supposed to be able to do to keep him from just running straight at me? Oh, and he closed the door anyway. Why is this other completely unrelated puzzle stitched onto the thing that I already solved? I just don't get it. Every time. There's no way to get around him. I guess there is a way to get around him. I don't think I can make enough distance away to actually get to the button and the rearm token, but we'll see. Yeah, no. That's not far enough. It is still really annoying. Yeah, that doesn't actually make any difference. There's still no way to get enough space away from him to be able to go into the second hallway. As far as I can tell. Still not enough. That is as much as I can manage. Like I've gained every single bit of distance that's available to be gained. Why? This corridor should at least be one tile shorter. This is way too much to ask. Like, this is ridiculous. Fiddly, trial and error, make the guard dance around nonsense. Like, really? Like, I don't know. It's cool that you can make a guard kind of stand in place by making him dance. I think that's cool, and I think that's a nice thing to make puzzles based off of. But I feel like you can really go overboard with it. Like, really overboard, and this is a great example of how to make it painful instead of fun. Because I have to, like, guess, or trial and error, every single tile of extra space that I'm supposed to have. Because apparently whoever built this knows exactly the absolute maximum that it's possible to get, and expects the player to know exactly the absolute maximum that it's possible to get. Straight fresh off of having just learned about guards for the first time. Like, isn't that too much? I mean, it's too much for me, and I'm fairly familiar with the game and with this element in particular. Like, I'm not missing some subtle aspect of the room's design or some special trick that I can do while invisible. This is just straight up, hey, gain 1,000,000 miles of distance away from this guard by moving in this extremely specific way. What am I missing? Where is the one single tile that I'm supposed to be able to gain distance-wise? I am moving, I am making him stay still at every single opportunity that there is to make him stand still. Like, there's no other room for me to be able to make. I mean, I don't want to come back to this room and have to resolve the first half later. I don't know, part of the problem is that the only reason making the guard stand in place works is because you're at a specific distance away from him to begin with. Like, it's partially a function of your distance away from the guard as it is in the first place. So, like, being farther away from the guard before the last time that I'm making it move around or stand still doesn't really matter. I just feel like this room in and of itself could be slightly more merciful than requiring the most hyper-optimal thing possible. The most hyper-optimal thing imaginable. Somehow I had the room unlocked again. I don't remember pressing shift to unlock the room, but maybe I did. Is this still not good enough? What? I think something broke. Hang on. Okay, the lock indicator disappeared, but the room was unlocked. The room was still locked, and then when I pressed the lock button, the lock indicator reappeared, but the room was unlocked. Just a minor glitch on top of something else. So at some point, probably while I was restarting, the indicator that the room was locked disappeared, which made me think that the room was now unlocked. but I think just the indicator disappeared and got toggled wrong. So when I told the game to lock the room, then it must have unlocked it and showed that it was locked. So something weird is going on with the display. I don't think the room locking is broken. I think it's just removing the display under certain very particular, you know, restarting to checkpoint conditions. Did that help? I think that made it worse. And it did. Okay, no, I seem to have broken room locking somehow. Something to do with pressing R to restart from a checkpoint or undoing is breaking it. You see, now it's working fine. Undo a few times, it's working fine. I restart. Okay, it's very specifically pressing R to restart from a checkpoint that seems to be breaking it. Well, that's new. Alright. So I should just be careful and not assume that the room being locked is good enough, I guess. Is there some way to get past him in this position that I'm not seeing? Because I really don't think I can do better than this. Maybe starting him from the west, from the far east side is the wrong approach. I should be trying to make him as close to the center of the south side as possible or something. That seems unlikely, because I'm trying to go to the far southwest. So him being north and east of me or south and east of me makes the most sense if I'm trying to go to the northwest. Man. How is that worse? How is that worse? How is that worse? Why is that worse? This makes no sense. I cannot... Like, I had him farther away from me and standing in place, and this is what I was talking about. Like, whether or not you can make him stand in place is partially a function of how far away he is and in exactly what direction. Getting the precise, exact, correct thing involves, first of all, just somehow knowing exactly what place to start trying to make him dance from, and secondly, being able to completely optimally do this trial and error, walking back and forth to make him stay in one place. Like, it's both of these things at the same time, and I don't know. So if him being farther away to begin with is worse, do I need him to be closer to get better results? I don't think so. I mean, if he could stay near this hole here as I go through the door, instead of coming right up against my back, then maybe I could make him stay in place next to the hole instead of, like, in the passageway. Maybe that would be good enough to help. But no, I have to spend turns getting around him from there. So should I have him south of the entrance? Bring him down here somewhere? Now I'm directly... Yeah, he needs to be farther south as I go through the door. I don't know that that's possible. Yeah, no, this is the same thing that didn't work before. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where the guard is when I use the disarm token, because the south hallway is designed to just use up all of the distance that you have from the guard. Remember how this starts is that you have to go all the way in here and press this button before you're allowed to try to go press this button. And the process of going all the way to the south button means that the guard is already on you before you ever start trying to go north. You have to find your way around him. There has to be something that you can do to get past it from here. There's no way. It is impossible to delay it any more than I have as far as to this point. There's just no way to get him farther away than this, so there has to be a way to get around it from here. Like some magic sequence of moves that just makes him not kill you as you go south from here. I had a brief flash of why do I need this stupid guard to be alive in the first place, and remembered that there are green doors, so that whatever eye you kill has to not be the last thing that you kill. Again, why is this completely separate, a million times harder, distinct and different room stapled onto a room that is fine? It is not that hard. Like, why are these not two separate rooms? Why is this nonsense not part, like, reserved for a secret room or something? Like, or just give one more tile for me to go through before, like, one less... Make this hallway one less tile long, and it would be at least halfway doable. It really is not. The guard cannot be stuck behind the door, and that is the only place that it would be safe to do all of this from. But if you have the door closed, then this door is closed. And if this door is closed, then you can't leave and actually do the rest of the room. So I really don't know what you're talking about. By the time that you have pushed the first button, the guard's original position is completely irrelevant, because he will always be way too close and you have to go walking around him. Like, that's definitely not true. Like, the only way that the guard's initial position could be relevant is if I'm able to close that and then do this. But I can't do this because the door is closed. So if I don't try to close the door, then the guard does his, oh look, I'm a brained movement thing, and will always make it all the way over to where B-throw is before you can escape, before you can get through the first hallway. And then you just have to go around him here and find some way to make him not make it all the way to you from the other place. Like, there's no way for that to be relevant. It just doesn't exist. That's too far. Don't go that far back. As nice as it would be to trap the guard inside this area, there are multiple reasons why that's not possible. Beginning with the fact that he can't be brought in here at all without just killing Beethro. But beyond that, if I wanted to trap him in this box, I would have to go and hit the orbs somehow while he stayed in this box the entire time. And that can't happen either. If I wanted the guard to be stuck on one of the islands, that can't work because there would be no way for me to reach him and kill him. So there's nothing I could do of that sort either. There's nothing else in this room that the guard could conceivably be used for. I don't even know what you mean by that. Guards move like brained monsters. If the guard is anywhere in this entire hallway, as I walk out from here, he's just going to go directly to me. There is no way that he would ever willingly go into this box to hit this eye. Not to mention that there isn't even enough space to put him where he would try to go. Really? That shouldn't work. Okay, fine. What a room. 983 turns. Sure. Okay, and then there's this room, which requires that you solve that room to be allowed to enter it. I mean, not exactly. I guess you could also go through the entire trapdoor part of that room and then not solve it, and then be stuck on this side of the room. And if you did that... Where does this go? Wait. Where does this actually go? Oh. Okay. I guess I'll do this then. This looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? Didn't I do this before? Do I need this eye? I shouldn't need that eye. Oh, right, I see. Of course. The thing that I tried to do in the non-secret edition of this room is the thing that I need to do in this room. More or less. Now how do I just make myself one tile, 2 tiles of eastwardness would be enough? Yeah, separating from the mimic is not acceptable. Huh? Uh-huh. That gets me through alone, but that's not quite enough. Let's see. I just need to fix the relative facing somehow. Well, I can rocket west now, but that's not the right direction. Wait, when was I done? Oh, this is about right. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, the Wubba can have its fun now. Alright, so that's where that leads. Which means that if I clear the trapdoor part of this room and then don't finish the room but stay on this side, then my only choice would be to go down this way, and I could solve this room to escape. Oh, okay, yeah, that's obvious now that you say it. Okay. Oh yeah, there's this. This is clearly a thing. So I guess if you don't solve that room, then you have to solve the other room that I walked through that had some roaches and hot tiles. But before I worry about that, I'd like to resolve this little thing. What does this lead to? This leads to a room, with a decoy in it, I guess. So eventually I want to blow that up, except... So the decoy there is... So I need to explode the bomb, but I can't explode it myself? There's not really anything else in the room that could press this plate, though. Oh. Okay, hang on. So the decoy is far enough away that the skippers won't spawn towards it. Meaning that only if I'm visible to them, and they can't spawn anywhere except west. Only under that set of conditions, because this is just big enough of a radius that a skipper spawned west would go over to him and be killable by the disarm token. Okay, so the goal here is to place these rafts in a position that prevents the skippers from spawning any way but westward. Okay. And the one annoyance to this goal is that I can't let skippers spawn eastward while I'm trying to set things up. So I have to be very efficient with my platform shuffling. Somehow. I was thinking how nice it would be to just put this directly, you know, where... I don't think it can. So probably can't do things that way then. This Z shape feels like it should be pretty powerful. Maybe... oh. If I could push it in this way... there we go. That... oh. Isn't that good enough? Oh, I thought I had to completely block everything, but, hey, if that's good enough, I'll take it. Boom. Kill. Alright. So, that wasn't exactly the puzzle I thought I was solving. But it worked, so I guess that's good. Alright. I seem to be having an easier time with secret rooms than with the regular rooms at this point. Anyway. So, how about this room? What is this room about? We need to... Okay, we have 2 tools in this room that can kill the roaches that are stuck behind the force arrows, the Mimic and the Powder Keg. The Powder Keg can only get the south one, though. Or, rather, only the Mimic can get the north one, so the Powder Keg has to go south. Which means that this is a room about using a Mimic's help to continually push a Powder Keg through these hot tiles. Oh, don't do that. So I need to get the Mimic in just the right position relative to me, and also not let it blow itself up or get hot-tiled in the process. I'm not immediately sure how to do that, but probably spawning it way over there was a mistake that made it harder than it needed to be. I think I want it kind of this wise. You know what this wise is, right? It's the wise that's this. Yeah, look at that. That's neat. Okay. Blow it up. Stab the roaches. Makes sense that this room that you would need in order to... Oh, okay. So it makes sense that the moves you would need in order to be able to... This room that you would need to clear if you accidentally trapped yourself on this side of the corridor and didn't... if you've trapped yourself, then you can't even solve this room. So you'd have to solve this room to free yourself. So it makes sense that that should be one of the easiest rooms in the level. The, oh, oops, I trapped myself room. While we're at it... Though... What up with this room? This room I have to approach from the west side of the south there. Right? There's nothing else to be done in this area. That would be nice. Anyway. It's just awfully precise with wanting you to do this particular thing. I don't know. I'm failing at navigating this level, even though I should know full well what I need to do. Let's go back to the north. Not that north, the other north. Here. Now go north. Now go north. Now go north. And then I have to traverse these spikes. Go back to the north. And then... Okay, this is the entrance stairs. That's that. Wait. How do I get there? The only way that I can solve this room is from the south central entrance. That weaves through... That goes through here to there, to there, to here. But there isn't actually any access to that entrance anywhere. Huh? There's some broken walls there that I can't do anything with. I observed from the east entrance of that room that there was definitely no way to go anywhere. Because... Sorry for invisibility potion. Sorry for potion noise spam, but... No, my immediate observation when I tried to enter that room from the only other available entrance is that there is no way to get anywhere. You would have to mimic, or you would have to have the mimic bring you... You'd have to have the mimic bring you a platform, bring you a raft, but then... Yeah, that's not possible. The only way that you could possibly enter the other part of the room is if the mimic was here while you were here. But that can't happen, because the mimic can only get there by going east, and I don't know if you've noticed, but there's no way to be walking east onto this tile. There are no other elements that I have access to. I mean, I technically have access to a water skipper nest, but all I can do is stab it. Now, I guess the mimic can maybe take that stick. I'm still gonna try to use it, even if I know it's a little bit broken. No, I guess the mimic is able to take a stick. Then awkwardly weave our way back to land. In that case, this could be in the way. Oh good, the room locking worked this time. This is going to be way more awkward than it needs to be, but what are you going to do? Okay, now I can go this way, I can go this way. I can try to not die. Okay, that was a lot more awkward than probably necessary because of where the nest wound up, but I guess that's that. That allows you to go here, but I can't solve the room from this side, so I'm just gonna feel some gratification in at least killing everything in it on this side anyway. Okay. So now we are starting on this side. And I have to go through here and press that because That's the only way to kill the rattlesnake. Am I gonna need that nest for something? I'm gonna guess no. I think the only way I'm killing that rattlesnake is by coaxing it onto that bridge, which I can mostly do. I mean, you know, if it doesn't do something just like that. Okay, I should be able to use this to make a way for that rattlesnake to go onto the tiles of bridge. If I can get the mimic in the right place. There we go. Please come down, rattlesnake. Thank you. Now I can just drop the trap doors. Okay, I might have a use for that nest after all. Oh wait. Still want to drop this to keep the rattlesnake from making that dead end its home. Okay, so first, we bring the mimic all the way over. All the way over to take this in hand. Use this to make sure you know what? I don't actually know what happens if a thing that can live in water is on a bridge that falls into water. I should probably check that before I proceed. It lives. Which is bad because there's no way for me to stab that. Okay. Damn it. I guess in that case I have to find some way to do this without the nest's help. I'm not really sure how to solve the main problem though then. Namely, that the rattlesnake will run over to the other side and block it up. Well, I guess I don't need this trapdoor to exist, right? I just need the rattlesnake to get onto the bridge, and then I can drop the trap. Would you please come down here? What are you doing? Come down. Thank you. Okay. Cool. That's 2 passes of that room. Now the last thing to try to do is that there should be a way to get there with a sword in hand. I guess it might involve bringing this platform somewhere. There's no seating beacon in this room, so I don't think that gives me the impression, at least, that the the intended way. That at least gives me the impression that the intended way to access the secret should require this room to be cleared and not uncleared. So how does this work? I can think of something that might could work. So I need a special configuration of things, first of all. Like this, maybe? Not quite. I can't go anywhere like this. If the mimic takes the stick and then I immediately stab the mimic, then it won't drop the trapdoor. I need to be in the right position relative to the mimic for that to work. I think the right position is for me to be south of it rather than north. Something like this, and then that, and I can access the secret. See if this one will be a nightmare. Right, we get a stick, and then a bunch of orbs that close everything else, and that opens everything else. Okay. Try to understand what this room is asking. There's a light there. Okay. So, that one probably has to go last. But how do I deal with the two that are just an eye and nothing else? There's no actual way to... I can't access this queen either. I need to be able to go farther south than the queen to do anything with that. This water skipper seems like it could be promising for something. Well, if I could persuade it to not just keep going there. Alright, I think I have to start with this one, because being able to go far south is rather important. I think the idea here is that I need an engine to let me keep doing this arbitrarily. So the first part of the engine is probably this water skipper somehow is relevant. So I can bring the water skipper onto land. Great. Then I can stab this. Push the skipper onto that. I think this is in such a configuration where I can't reuse the skipper. But that's fine, because now I can pull the queen north. Alright, maybe this can't be a permanent engine. But at the very least, if I could make it spawn right there, then I'd be in better shape. What was that? Yeah, I guess that works. Okay, I think that does it. Just don't bump into the light again. Because now I can just get rid of the last guy. And I can leave. I feel like this level has a theme of secret rooms being kinda easier than the real ones. I mean, not consistently always, but to some extent at least. Okay. We're awfully close. I have exactly one room that I can't solve now, and it's the one where it's just like there's no way to make the guard stay far enough. That's the wrong... I keep going down the wrong hallway. It's the one with 1,000,000 invisibility potions is now the one room that I haven't solved. And the problem is that I just can't think of any way to actually get a foothold. Like, no matter what, the guard will immediately move 2 tiles to the east, and he'll immediately be unable to kill that eye that's on the north side. The rattlesnake is just not facing the right way to make it possible to solve that room, as far as I can tell. Of all things, it's the entrance, too. 11 of 12 rooms cleared. 11 of 12. How do I start this room? I don't understand how I'm supposed to start this room. Because no matter what, he stabs the rattlesnake, and then he spends his very first turn going east. No matter what I try to do with the rattlesnake, he's always going to spend his very next turn going east. Like... there's no preventing it. The rattlesnake needs to be going in the other direction for this to work at all. Like, it needs to be it needs its head to be to his east. But its head is going to be to his west the instant that I open the door. Or the instant that I'm visible after opening the door. How is this supposed to be possible to start? Like, let alone complete. How am I supposed to start this? I can't see any options that could conceivably work. I guess I have to start by making him do that. Now, have I already used up too much of my ability to go south, I wonder? I hope not. That's still an awfully long distance to try to push him north along. I'm not really sure how to do that. I don't know, should I keep doing this until I can somehow make the snake go north across him instead of south? It feels like that's going to use up practically all of the potions just to try to do that. Oh boy. That seems like it should be better. Because I want the rattlesnake going northward as soon as possible. Why isn't he turning his sword? Why does he move instead of turning in this situation? There should be at least one of these places where he would turn his sword towards me instead of moving. But he doesn't. I don't know why. Like, I just need him to turn his sword one single additional time so that the snake can move north. I don't understand why he's moving instead of turning here. Makes no sense to me. What do I always say? If something doesn't work with snakes, wait 5 turns and try it again. I don't think I can keep him from stabbing the snake, but maybe that's okay. I don't know how to make him stab this eye without bringing the snake way off into the wrong direction. Yeah, the snake's gonna go east no matter what under this circumstance. And having it go way to the north is no good. this salvageable? I don't think so. Thought for sure it would go west, but it's going north anyway. Huh. I mean, I have to have done something wrong back here, right? There's no way it's supposed to be this tedious. Yeah, I don't know why the snake went north in this situation. That's just kind of black magic. But it was convenient that it did, I guess. Maybe. I can't see any way to make it obstruct the guard again. I'm going to save a demo of this partial solution that gets part of the way through for future reference, because I know at least getting as far as bringing him toward the north eye is probably correct mostly. I'm about out of time for streaming today. I need to go do other things, but it's been fun. Maybe I'll clear room 12 next time. Whew. A lot of very tough rooms. A lot of having to go through a room multiple passes, which I don't think have existed in this hold until this level. I guess it makes sense with the theme of endlessness. Anyway, but farewell for now. We'll be back at this Invisible room later. Maybe I'll come up with something then.